Peterson Event Center in Oakland, and the final score here again today, the Pitt Panthers 81 and the Robert Morris Colonials 71. We are here with Andy Toole, the head coach of the Robert Morris Colonials. Andy, all of a sudden a 16-point game, and it seemed to be 16 was the number all game long that Pitt held its distance over Robert Morris, turned into a single-digit affair late in the game. And I'm not sure why that developed. It was, a combination of a couple of things, I'm sure. Pitt letting up, the game was over. Robert Morris not wanting to quit, and Robert Morris kept fighting. And that is the one thing that I'm taking away from this ball game is your team did not quit playing basketball here today.
Yeah, they definitely didn't. Sorry about that. They definitely didn't quit. They continued to fight and continued to battle and made some shots. And, I just said to them in the locker room, well, why can you do that for the last 5 minutes of the game and you can't do it for the first 35? That's the most disappointing thing. It's just you look at, some of the common opponents, whether it's, Rider, you look at LaSalle, those are quality, talented teams, Rider and LaSalle. They came in here and they played the way that they were supposed to play against a team like Pitt. We came in and once again, because it says Pitt across their jersey, all of a sudden we're a little fearful and we're a little nervous and we're not aggressive and we don't go out and do the things that we're supposed to do. And it's really disappointing because you think that, after it's happened 29 times, you would think someone would start to figure out and change the mentality of, hey, maybe we should try and jump to the ball and close out and do all those things the way that we work on every day when we play against everyone else on our schedule. It's almost like we come to the Pete and we lose our minds.
Andy Toole, the head coach of the Robert Morris Colonials. The Colonials fall to 4-2, only their second loss of the season, 81-71 victory for the Pittsburgh Panthers here tonight. One of the guys who did start from the get-go was Lawrence Bridges. I thought he played amazingly well tonight.
I thought he did a great job offensively in terms of attacking the rim. I don't know how good a job he did defensively. I seem to recall a lot of situations where he kind of took the path of least resistance tonight defensively. And if you're going to have any chance of beating a Big East opponent on their home floor, you better defend like crazy. And we definitely didn't do that tonight. 55% in the first half, 42 points in the first half. We almost gave that up in a game in our previous game. And so it's just, what we need to be good at in order to have a chance in a situation like this, we weren't good at, and that's disappointing.
Jim?
Velton Jones tonight didn't shoot well. I thought he looked very frustrated out there, and when he's frustrated, he's not a good player.
No, not at all. And I think, Velton put a lot of, probably too much pressure on himself to come out and have an unbelievable game and, do all those things. And I don't think he did a good enough job of being patient and letting things come to him. He's got to realize that people are going to try and take him away. Some of the success he's had early this year, people are going to try and take him out. They're not going to allow him to score. So maybe getting others involved first and then allowing yourself to get involved is the best play to make. And, I thought he took some tough shots. I thought the few times he did penetrate and then kick to open shooters, that was effective for us. We just didn't do it enough.
Boxing out tonight seemed to be a huge problem. I know the Colonials work very hard and practice on boxing out, and there were times when they had 5 opportunities and I didn't see anybody lay a body on anybody. And you made Talib Zana, who's he's a pretty good player and he's a big guy, but he had 15 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, give me a break. I mean, it was, the first key, defensive key was rebound. They're averaging over 13 plus rebounds in their opponents a game. They kill people on the glass. Because Trevon and Ashton, they do such a good job of shooting and scoring. Sometimes the only way that Ken Birch and Talib Zana and those guys are going to get the ball is to get it on the glass. And that's what we talked about. And, it's frustrating. I guess we didn't convey the message well enough, but they certainly hurt us on the glass really badly. And it was maybe the difference, that some of our transition points and some of our defensive breakdowns were the difference in the game.
You're listening to the postgame show here at the Peterson Event Center in Oakland. Chris Shovlin, Jim Elias with head coach Andy Toole of the Robert Morris Colonials. 81-71, the final score here tonight. Robert Morris falls to the University of Pittsburgh. I have to ask the question, the long road trip, did that have an effect?
I can't imagine it would. You know what I mean? I think this is a game, if you were any type of competitor, you get really excited for. And I can't imagine that being tired or, being on the road for a week could affect your energy level in a situation like this. And, I think some nerves is what affected us early. And then all of a sudden you find yourself down by 20 and you go, oh, well, we might as well play now. And now you start to have success, which, if you're if you're trying to be a special team, if you're trying to be a really good program, you got to do that from the tip. And, that was the lesson we were taught today by Pitt.
Of course, you get into Northeast Conference play starting Thursday, and that has to feel a little bit better for you. And now these are the games that really count when it comes right down to it.
Yeah, when I mentioned that in the locker room was, if we would have won this game today, Miles Brand wasn't calling and giving us an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. So, the most important thing is preparing ourselves for Northeast Conference play, is taking care of our business in our league, because that's our chance to get to the NCAA tournament. And so we got to make sure we break this film down, we learn from it, and then get back to work Tuesday and Wednesday to prepare for a really talented FDU team.
All right, Coach Toole, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.
All right, Andy.